które możecie wyczytać w katalogu znakomitych nagród. Zaczynał jako fotoreporter, dokumentalista prasowy w agencjach, w prasie, natomiast potem przeszedł na tak zwanego freelancera i teraz jeździ po świecie i fotografuje rzeczy, które są dla niego ważne. So Alan, it were all good words, so don't worry about you. And now the stage is yours. Thank you.
Good morning or good afternoon, I don't know exactly what to say. I'm very pleased, I said that to Ines, to have an exhibition here in Bielsko-Biała. And I would like to thank Ines and the team for having me. And especially I really like the prints because I remember that you asked me my preference and I said as big as possible and on a certain kind of paper, and that's exactly what you did, so thank you very much. So I'm not going to talk about the pictures of my exhibition, but something else, because people very often ask me like the behind the scene things, and so it will be about the making of saving orangutans. But first of all, I will introduce myself very shortly. So my name is ALAIN SCHROEDER. I'm a Belgian photojournalist. And I'm in this business because it's not only art, it's also a business for about 50 years, 50. And so I started as a sports photographer. And then I founded an agency in Belgium, which was one of the biggest agencies. And then 13 years ago, I decided to sell my shares of the agency. And I sold, in fact, everything, my house, my belongings. So I'm literally traveling and I'm on the road with one suitcase and shooting stories that I really like, and without any pressure, which is really important when you have worked for many years with picture editors, magazines, so it means a lot to do exactly what you want. So that's the short version of me, and so let's start to talk about saving orangutans. So first of all, I have to explain a little bit for those who are not really familiar with these animals. You can find them in Indonesia in two places, in Borneo, yeah, you see Borneo, and then in another part of the country, Sumatra, with the red dot. And so I'm going to talk about orangutan in Sumatra. They have like 14,000 orangutan in Sumatra. You have to know that humans and orangutan share 97% of their DNA, and the conservation status is critically endangered. 14,000, I suppose you like football, yes? And so 14,000 is like the amount of people that can go like behind the goal when you have like a big match in a stadium. So it's a lot, and at the same time, when you compare to the size of Indonesia, it's very little. So many people ask me, why do you choose those stories and what gives you the idea? And I'm going to share a very bad picture, I'm sorry, that I found on the internet, but that triggers my curiosity to do something about orangutan. So, and why was I attracted to this picture? Because you see the animal is wounded, but also it's on a table. I mean, that was my impression. It's on a table with a white cloth. So I thought maybe there is like a clinic for orangutan, so that would be interesting. And so I hired a fixer. So a fixer is like a guide, somebody local who speaks the language. And so I said, we have to find this place. And so it took us a long time because the NGO who is running the clinic, they really don't want to have any visitors. And so then it took me, I make the story very short because it took a long time. I wrote them during 1 year, and the response was always, no, you cannot come, it's not possible, blah, blah, blah. And so I was really not happy. And as a photojournalist, we don't like no, we don't take no for an answer. And so I thought, okay, let's just go. And I know by experience that very often when you are in face-to-face with the person who said no at the first time, the second time they would agree to let you take pictures. So I went to Medan. It took me a long time to get the permission. It's another long story. If you are interested, you can ask me questions later. So now I am with one NGO who is specialized in saving orangutan. So let's say you are an orangutan, right? So this is your forest, and you think that you travel left, right, it will be your forest. But in fact, because of the fragmented forest now, because of palm oil plantation, rubber plantation, sometimes they end up in a plantation or in a village, then they have nothing to eat. And so some villagers shoot at them, kill them, or, well, or some other ones will call like a rescue team. And so this is the beginning of the story. So we are in the jungle with the team. So you generally you need like a few vets and local rangers, and so here we are called by I think somebody who had seen an orangutan lost in a rubber plantation. So the concept of saving the orangutan here is we'll have to travel through the jungle. Some rangers will try to, like, how can I say, to put, let's say, the orangutan in a tree where the sharpshooter can shoot at them. And so the vet is preparing the syringe, so they will put the orangutan asleep, wait like 10-15 minutes, and then the orangutan will literally fall from the tree. And you can see there is no path, so we have to go through the jungle. It's very hot, it's like, I would say 35 degrees, maybe more, no wind, 100% humidity. So in a few seconds, you will see me after the shooting. It's really hot. Then, as I said, the orangutan will fall from the tree, and they will catch the animal with the net, and then bring it to the vet who are waiting in a safer place, like in a flat place. Then they would perform like a medical check, because you never know, the animal can be blind because of the bullets of some villagers. The animal can be wounded also, and so if the animal is wounded, we will bring it to the clinic, and if not, and it was the case here, we will go to the next forest and release the animal into the wild. So that's during the medical check. They are all totally dedicated to what they do, so it's really like they work day and night. There is yeah, I mean, they are really there to save the animals. And for instance, I mean, this is more photographic. For instance, this picture was in my selection, my first, we say edit, let's say selection. And then when I was working and trying to get, of course, always better images, this picture, in fact, disappeared from the final edit. But it's interesting because you see, I mean, everything is there. You have the team, the animal, the forest in a nice atmosphere. Then they put the animal in the net, and the next step is to bring the animal to the car. So you have to follow. Again, I remember it's 35 degrees, and you know, these guys, they are used to run fast, and you have to follow eventually, which is not very easy. And you try to be in front of them, so without any path, it's very difficult. And oh yes, so that's another picture of an animal lost in a palm oil plantation, and me working on the left. And so this is how you look like after a few hours trying to follow them. These are the kind of villages where you stay during those trips. So very simple, wooden village. Usually we sleep with the rangers, so they provide, so this is the home, so they provide food and lodging. Normally we sleep on the floor, but here, so here we eat with them. But here they were very nice, and they offered their bedroom. So yes, of course, I'm not only shooting this kind of stories, conservation. I shoot also different images. And so let's make a short pause, and I will go through a different series. That's a series called Kid Jockeys in Indonesia as well. Kids are, it's in Sumbawa, and so they have very small horses. And so the only way to make a race and to win is to be very small. So that's why they use only kids between the age of 5, 6, 7 years old. And so it's, it could be very dangerous. So another story in India with wrestling, where I use color because in every city the color of the earth is different. Like top right, it's Varanasi, the earth is yellow, and underneath it's totally red, so it depends of the city. My country, Belgium, and a short story in Brussels Cafe. You can find very typical places, although now it's a little bit disappearing. Another story in Brussels about the fact that we house a lot of, it's very cosmopolitan. We have many countries, like black people, Turkish people, and of course all the people from the union community. So it's really a very interesting melting pot. And yes, just to say, it's much difficult to shoot in my own city, Brussels, than shooting stories in other countries. That goat polo in Kyrgyzstan, it's like, maybe you know the Buzkashi in Afghanistan. It's a game where two teams are fighting. It's like rugby, but they are fighting with a dead goat. I don't go into details because otherwise it would take too long, so I'm sorry for that, but it's just to give you an idea of the kind of images I'm shooting. Bangladesh, climate injustice, which is a theme that I'm exploring now a lot. I did another story about that topic in Indonesia. Grandma Divers, South Korea. Yes, sometimes the pictures are the result of everything goes wrong. And here that was the case. The first time, the weather was so bad that they could not dive. And the second time, they had a hurricane. And so I could not work like I do normally, like shooting reportage style. So I had to find a solution. And the solution was to buy a black backdrop in a shop and then shoot portraits. And even when you don't see that as well here, but it was raining all the time. So it was very interesting to have the black backdrop, the black wetsuit, and then on top of that, the rain who was on the wetsuit. So in fact, a failure in the beginning can transform to be a very interesting series. Another series in my country, Belgium, about a character called Ligil with the mask. So it's a tradition which is 500 years old, UNESCO tradition. Then a story about coal in Ukraine. I came also in Poland. I did a story in Katowice about coal a few years ago. North Korea, Kim City. Usually I have one fixer, but here I had three with me all the time. Even they would follow me, I'm sorry for the detail, but when I wanted to go and pee, so I had the guy behind me all the time because they didn't want me to shoot what I was not supposed to shoot. Another UNESCO event in Belgium, the marches. In Thailand, Muay Thai kids, also very sad story, but at the same time interesting. So kids between the age of 5 and 10 who are fighting. Okay, that it could be okay, but you see on the left, people are betting a lot of money on them. So families sometimes lose a lot. Of course, they can win a lot, and the kids are really like brainwashed to win, because if they win, it could make the living of the family better, because they could make a lot of money. And then finally, this is the series of the exhibition here, Plastic Treasure. It's like a local community who are starting to recycle plastic. And I went a few times to Bangladesh, and so now they are starting to really take care of the problem, which is great. So they have like small factories left and right, and people, it's like becoming an industry to recycle plastic. Okay, so you have an idea of the series, of the pictures. So let's go back to the orangutan. We go to the forest school. And why? Because the forest school, so this NGO has a lot of small, baby orangutan. And why? Because still now, there are a lot of people who have orangutan as pets. Like you have dogs, they have a small orangutan. And it's a sign of status. Of course, it's not allowed, it's totally illegal. But usually the people who have that are politicians or high-ranked military persons, so they think they're untouchable. And so when they decided, okay, it's enough with my orangutan, those babies end up at that NGO. And one thing you have to know is that it's like our kids. So that means that you have to teach them everything, you know. So and that's why it's called the forest school. So they go every day to the forest, and they would teach them how to climb on the trees, how to feed, because that's what they do. The orangutan, they spend like 5-6 hours a day to feed themselves. And so it will take between 7 and 9 years to before the orangutan can go alone in the forest. So that means that during those years, the caretakers, they have to teach them everything. And so the cost also, I mean, the financial cost of that is more or less $50,000, so $50,000 to raise an orangutan from the age of, let's say, 1 year to 8-9 years. So then they can release the orangutan into the wild. The bond with the animal is, of course, very strong. Men and women are doing the same job. So here they come back from the school. And just remember this picture. I think it's not bad. Let's say it's a good picture. But at the end, this picture was not in my final selection. I'm saying that for the photographers in the audience. Means that even at one moment, you think one image could be part of the final edit. In fact, a few weeks or months later, it's your vision and is totally different. Then the other part of saving orangutan is the clinic, the medical center. So they bring the orangutan, and yes, at the time, that was 2019, so I had to wear a mask at all time. Also, I had to pass some medical exam because they wanted to be sure that I had no disease, that I could pass to the orangutan. So I was prepared. When COVID came, I was used to wear a mask already. So then they weigh the animal. And again, for photographers in the audience, I found that it was much easier and interesting to use like a small light, because if you have to decide to use that, I mean, you can take it out of your pocket and it will be ready in a second, and it will be very. You can just put the light on one small area, and it would give an interesting picture, like here or. Here, on the right, they try. I mean, the orangutan is asleep, so they are trying to put him for an X-ray. So you see the three person. They have like a blue cloth, protecting cloth, but that's going very fast. And of course, they have no time for you. You are, in fact, in the way. So. You just point your small light, and you have something that could be interesting. Because if you use the flash, it will be a little bit flat, and you have no time to work with that. So it's a good tool to have. Then this picture is interesting, but I was not happy. Because the orangutan is a little bit too small, you don't see the head. And so, in fact, I was waiting for this image that I shot a little bit later. And of course, this one, which is even better. So at that time, I mean, now I'm talking for 20 minutes, but I had been already 4 months trying to do the series. And I felt that I did not have enough strong pictures, so I decided to stay. And by chance, the story of hope, yes, they give immediately a name to the orangutan. We found Hope and blind with a broken clavicle and 74 bullets in her body, and she was with her baby. So we did a rescue, and this is an X-ray of all the bullets in the body of Hope. That was during the shooting, so you see the dart with the pink thing. So it will take, that was in a village. So all the villagers, of course, were there to see what was going on. So when we shot Hope, so she fell. So you can see on the left, and one vet climbed in the trees and took the baby. And so here, Hope on the left is fighting, but she will soon fall asleep. Then I took a few pictures, of course, and then the vets, what they do is they try to, they take pictures of the teeth so they can, they know how old the baby is. And unfortunately, during the transport, so Hope had a broken clavicle, so we decided to go back to the clinic immediately with the baby. And on the way, the baby unfortunately died. And the vet tried to resuscitate her, but unfortunately it didn't work. And so this is the final picture. So they will wrap her in like a cloth, and that's the end. So now the baby is dead. We have Hope, and they called a doctor from Switzerland. And it's a funny story because they met the doctor in 2005 during the tsunami. He was there to save humans, and they asked him, listen, we have a problem with an orangutan, can you help us? So since then, he's coming back as a volunteer to perform different surgical operations. So that's him on the left. Again, this is after 5 hours of operation. Everybody left because everybody is outside smoking a cigarette, and so he's alone finishing his job, which I really like the picture. But again, it's not in my final edit. And then all these, the NGO work is possible because of this guy, Dr. Ian Singleton. He's one of the main conservationists in Indonesia. And so he dedicated his whole life to save these animals. The team, and at the same time, they rescued another baby, Brenda, with a broken arm from a village where she was as a pet in a family. There's Brenda. And so they are preparing her for to fix her broken arm. With the cast. And they love football, as you can see. For those who don't know, it's the Brazilian shirt. So the ultimate goal of is to release the orangutans into the wild. So if something would happen, so they have like animals that could continue the species. Yeah, so now I'm in Indonesia for 5.5 months. I have a few good pictures, but I don't have the release into the wild. And so one day, Ian said, hey, Alain, are you interested to shoot the release of the orangutan into the wild? And so that's what we did the next month. So from the cages, because you see, of course, the animals, when they are not in the forest, you have to put them somewhere, and so they are in really big cages, so it's rather comfortable. So they bring them in a wheelbarrow, and first for a small medical check, and then they will be sent to the release center. So here you can see that so the wheelbarrow, one guy is holding like a leaf on the face of the orangutan because it was raining. And on the left, it's the picture I shot a little bit earlier when we went down the path. And this picture won Picture of the Year in Science and Natural History in 2020. So that is the cages. So I think we had 5 or 6 orangutan that day. It's a long way from Medan to Janto Nature Reserve, like 600 kilometers, 15 hours. So first of all, you see the truck behind, they transport the cages, and then it's another 2-3 hours through the jungle to arrive at the station. Through, the picture is not very good, but it gives you the idea of it's mud, and so it's very difficult to drive through that. Then the station, not a lot of luxury, and they have electricity, but because they have not a lot of energy, so there is no fan, no AC, and so it's really hard, and a lot of mosquitoes, so, the conditions are harsh. They open the cages, so the next step now is to, let's say, to put the animal in like a cage next to the forest, and then they will do what they call a soft release. So the idea is to send the animal in the forest, watch during a few hours, and then if they see that the animal is feeding by itself, so then the animal is ready, and then they will perform the final release. Again, here for photographers, when they told me that they would put the animal next to a tree, I had the idea to put, of course, I cannot be in the way of the animal, so I cannot be in the tree, so I had to put the camera with a remote control and a flash, because you never know the quality of the light. You don't know when they are going to release the animal. Then I had to test everything because, by experience, I know that the focus will shift if you don't secure it. Then the flash, you have to adjust the right amount of light, otherwise it will be overexposed. So this is me acting as an orangutan on the left, testing the flash. Then I put the remote control and the camera in the tree to see the framing. And so finally, this is the picture. I missed the first climbing because the orangutan didn't choose. You see, there is a small trunk here. The first time I didn't put my camera on the right place, so I missed it. I have 0 picture. But so the vet told me, listen, he's going to take the easy way to climb on the tree. So probably he will grab the small trunk, so it's better you put your camera just on top of that. So that's what I did, and I was successful. The next step is, and I thought that would be the picture, they put the orangutan like in a cage on a small boat to cross the river, because that's the border with the natural reserve. So I was not, I didn't expect much from that image. I was on the banks testing, looking around. But at the end, I was really surprised by, really surprised by what happened. In fact, this orangutan was released already a few times. And so she's Diana. And the first time she was released, and they took her back because, I think that's funny, she didn't like the food of the forest. Okay, so then I think that's the third time they they tried to put her in the wild. So that means that she knows the vet. And so instead of putting her in the cage, he just said, hey, come on my back, we cross the river. And so when I saw that, honestly, I had goosebumps because, you know, as a photojournalist, you research a little bit of the work of other photographers. So you have an idea of the kind of image you could shoot. And I've never seen an image like that. So I was, and you have a few seconds only to decide what lens to use, the distance, the perfect distance, because you don't want to make a close-up because then you would not see the forest. You don't want to be too wide, otherwise you don't see orangutan enough. So you have, I would say 20 seconds to shoot and then it's finished. So finally, after 6 months, the story was finished. And yes, I was, you know, it started not so good. But I was lucky. I had the first prize in Nature Stories at WordPress. And I'm going to show you the order of the 10 pictures which won the contest. So that was my opening photo. Brenda, so when they decided to do to fix the arm, everybody was so compassionate about her, so I really like this picture. And because I was with the team for a long time, so I just grab a chair and I stand on the chair without asking any permission. And so that's why I have this image. You have seen that previously. It's the guy is with an IV drop and the orangutan was lost in a palm oil plantation. You have seen that one as well. I was waiting for a few months to get this image because I thought it would be interesting to show a big male because they have like big, I think, jaws, let's say. And that's Hope. Remember with the 74 bullets and her baby died. So after the operation, they put her in a cage, in a very low cage, so I'm shooting above the bars. And I don't know who had the idea to put like a white blanket and a pink pillow, but it's a great picture. Again, Brenda, you see the X-ray of the broken arm on the right. You have seen this picture in the forest school, climbing on the tree, and you have seen this one as well. So that's the 10 final picture for the series. And then I had the first prize in Nature Singer as well with, unfortunately, the picture of the death of the baby. So if you are interested by the fate of the orangutan and the story I told you, you can visit the website, Sumatra Orangutan. And I thank you very much. And I'm open to any questions about this or about the plastic series of my exhibition. Thank you.
Jakie macie pytania do Alana?
Extremely nice pictures and touching stories. I wanted to ask about the reason of death of this baby, of the Hope. It was, she was in so bad conditions, or it was because of the, I don't know, on the way?
So you're asking me why the baby died?
Yes.
Well, in fact, nobody knows. That's the answer. So maybe if you remember the picture, the baby was very stressed, and so they don't know. Yeah, I asked the same question because I wanted to know. So they think the baby was too stressed and died because of that. I don't know how you can die from stress, but that's what they say.
I mean, you can, of course, but question, so in case of the rescue, how many times the story is successful and how many times you fail? Yeah, so what if you've been there quite pretty long?
You mean how many times
They are successful with rescuing.
Yeah,
Przepraszam,
yeah,
jakbyś
okay.
mógł tak dawać mikrofon, bo tu słabo słychać na scenie.
Okay.
A jak jest tak, to my lepiej słyszymy.
Yeah, okay. Well, almost every time. I mean, when we are called to go for a rescue, usually we get the orangutan, and so we could perform the medical check. So as I said, if the orangutan is in a good shape, we would release it in the wild, in another forest. And if there is a problem, like a broken something, they go to the clinic. So every time, success is like 100%, let's say. When we save the orangutan, we find in the forest.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do they sometimes, do you see that they sometimes want to come back?
The orangutan?
Yeah, that they are searching, how to come back? Because
I don't know, they are not my friends, close friends, so I don't know.
no, but
Sorry.
but for example, because it's seen with dogs when they are for
yeah.
a long time in shelters and they are given to homes, they sometimes come back to the shelter, and orangutans are of higher intelligence. So
Yeah, honestly.
the shelter is the rescue team is their family.
Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, but you see, the shelter where like the clinic and the forest school, that's around Medan, okay? So, but then when they put them, when they release them into the wild, it's not there. It's like 600 kilometers. Yeah, it could be possible, no, but they never told me any story like that, no. No, because you see, I mean, it's difficult to understand because when you stay how many years? 7 years with the same orangutan, you know, that it's like kids. They come, they kiss you.
That's why I'm asking. And suddenly, so that's the world that they know, and suddenly they are in the wild.
Yeah.
So even if from the beginning they should be in the wild, they are brought up in a home-like surrounding.
Yeah.
So even if you should be and me in the wild, we are brought up at homes. So if I suddenly take you somewhere 600 kilometers from here, you would probably like to come back.
Yes, and we have heard stories with dogs, they come back from a long distance, yes. But no, it's not the case.
You never heard about it?
No.
Okay.
And also what I noticed, you know, okay, I'm not a specialist, you know, as a photojournalist, you learn a lot, but I'm not a specialist. So, but at the age of, let's say, 8-9 years old, I mean, they are different. You know, they became adults, and so they would not.
They want to leave the nest.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's not like when they are kids.
Okay.
And just a small story.
So it's like our kids, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We are fine, but bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's
I spent 6 months with them. And so I was told, you cannot touch the orangutan. Mm-hmm. So that was a rule. You cannot break that rule, otherwise it's finished. So I paid really attention because sometimes they came so close.
Because they want to hug.
And I didn't move, so I was waiting. Maybe if the orangutan is coming on me, I have a chance to touch. But every time at the last minute, there was like a vet or somebody, you come here.
Okay.
So I don't know the feeling of holding an orangutan
okay.
in my arms. I have no idea.
And do you know the work by Amy Vitale? She documents protecting pandas.
Yeah, yeah.
And she took the picture of the last rhino in Africa.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I know her. Yeah,
and she's also very involved, but in pandas, and they dress up like pandas and things like. But you don't dress like an organ.
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet.
No, I know the pictures in China. She dressed like a panda. Yeah,
she also wants our WordPress photo and so. Okay.
Pojawiła się informacja, że obecnie jest ich 14 000. Czy wiemy, ile ich było 10 lat temu, czy 20 lat temu?
Można ten reflektor, bo my nie widzimy pod światło? Hello, Kajetan? Budzimy się? No nie ma Kajetana. O, dobra, dzięki. Bo tam po prostu jest oślepiająco. Okay? Tam jest pan.
Pojawiła się informacja, że jest obecnie 14 000 orangutanów. Czy wiemy, ile ich było 10 lat temu, 20? Jaka jest skala wymierania?
Okay, the exactly scale, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but you know, like in Borneo, they have still 50,000. So I think a few years ago they were like 100,000 in Sumatra. If you, let's say the whole picture, it's Borneo, the island. Okay, so only the central picture now is left as a pristine forest. And it's more or less the same thing in Sumatra. So when you travel in Sumatra, there are very few places, I mean there are, but very few places with like pristine forest where the orangutan can live. And so they are slowly disappearing. But the exact rate, technically, I don't know. Yes, so the exact rate, like scientific rate, I don't know.
I'd like to ask you about how did you decide for making this? Teraz? I'd like to ask how did you decide for this reportage about orangutans? And then my second question would be if you could tell more about this one, Plastic Treasure. Maybe about the motives and why black and white format.
Okay, so the first question is why did I choose the orangutan, right?
Yeah.
And then speak about this? Okay,
yes,
okay.
please. Thank you.
Yeah, but I explained that for like 30 minutes. You didn't listen. I'm joking. I'm sorry. So yeah, in fact I was a tourist. You know, that's how I work. I mean, you know, I'm in a country. I don't know the country. I need to learn about the country. So first I start as a tourist. So I visited. It's like a forest with rangers, and so they take you into the forest. And because that place was like an old rehabilitation center for orangutan, they closed, and so the orangutan are in the forest, but easy access. You know, they are used to humans in a way, so it's like semi-wild. And so that was my first encounter with the orangutan. And so after that, I was really, you know, you can see the orangutan like, this distance. And so, of course, they look at you in your eyes. So it's very impressive. I mean, when you are in the wild and you see a wild animal, it's like your cousin looking at you. And so I decided to do my homework as a photojournalist. So, and then I found that the clinic, etc., etc. So that's how it started. But what triggered the curiosity was that I started as a tourist I wanted to understand and to see these animals, like very simple, in fact. Yeah, about that. Yeah. So I went to Bangladesh to shoot a story on climate change. And so I wanted to go in the summer, like July and August, because it's the time of the monsoon. But well, because of climate change, it was sunny every day, like blue sky. And so I didn't know what to do. And so I hired a fixer, and every day I think it took me 10 days, the sky was blue, nothing was happening. And so every day I went to the same places and shot plastic. So they are, like here, they are on the banks of the river. Every day they would how can I say that, they would dry the plastic on the banks of the river. Sometimes sheets of plastics, sometimes only like small pieces, like pellets. So every day it would be different. And then I visited the slum, also clogged with plastic, and different places. So in fact, I started this project by coincidence, because I was not there to shoot the plastic story. I was there to shoot about climate, which I did later. So that's an explanation of why I shot this series.
And can you tell us what the people in the photos are doing, actually?
What the people are doing?
Yes, what are they doing?
Yes. Yeah, okay. You mean in details? Yes? You want more details? Okay. So here, well, the size is, yeah, it's a little bit pixelized. But so you see a man here, another man. So he's washing sheets of plastic in the river. And he's, how can I say, like, yeah, trying to wash them even better so they are really clean. After that, they would put them, yeah, you see, like this. They would they dry them, I mean, a little bit, put out the water. Then they would spread them on the banks of the river, because it's very hot in Bangladesh, so it will dry. And then the next step, they would put them in like bags. Yeah, there are no bags here. I didn't put that image here, but and then they will sell it to other factories. Okay, so like the picture on top, he's trying to get like small pieces of plastic. Okay, so the next step then, they will bring it to a factory, or to these guys. They will again wash all these small pieces, put them on the banks of the river. When it's dry, put them in another bag, bring it to another factory, where they will sort the different kinds of plastic. Like some of them use only white plastic, some of them use colored plastic, and then in other factories they will like do like, how can I say? They will meld, I think it's the word, meld the plastic, and so you would have big pieces, and that will be sold to other factories to do other objects of plastic. So that's the process. And here, yes, this is a bottle recycling place. So they will only work with bottles. And okay, we are in Bangladesh, so unfortunately, children are working. So usually, children are taking off the label, the label like this, with a small tool. And then again, they will sort by color, and then the whole process will continue again. And this picture is in like a dump site. Some people will collect plastic, and again, the whole circle will start again. Which it was not like that years ago. Years ago, it was, you could only see plastic in the small, let's say, rivers, canals in the city, but now it's a little bit better.
Question about Hope. After release hours, before she was released, did they try to put us together with the baby orangutan? The story when you mention, firstly, Hope, later the broken arm baby orangutan, it's their stories cross if they become one story?
Yeah, it was, by coincidence, it was almost at the same time. So we came back with Hope and the baby. The baby died. Hope had surgery. And at the same time, by coincidence, they found Brenda with the broken arm. So because the surgeon from Switzerland was there, okay, you have more work to do. So it was by coincidence.
Okay, so there is no story them together or putting baby Brenda with Hope?
No. No, but you see, what can I say? As a photojournalist, you do, you don't, I mean, you think a little bit,
Okay,
but
so
you do. And
it was just a coincidence.
Yes, and then after that, you realize, oh, this is amazing. I was lucky, and I can take advantage of that. So, but maybe, if my pictures would not be interesting, maybe I would not speak about that. You never know, but you have to do. I mean, you are there, you do, and then you see if it's interesting or not when you edit the story at the end.
I think that being a photojournalist like you, and especially in it's me, and especially being a photojournalist like you, it's not good here, yeah.
Okay.
But can you hear me?
Yes, I hear.
Being a photojournalist, you probably try to detach your feelings and from your job. Does it work like that?
Yes, it was. Yeah,
Because
definitely.
when you are talking, I can see that you are really documenting. I'm documenting this.
Yeah.
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 It's like this. Yeah.
But yeah, like
It's not so much thinking as we try
You have
now
no
to
time.
analyze,
You have no time.
and to read the feelings. And so you have no time. You just
You have no time.
shoot, go, shoot, go.
Yeah, because sometimes the best picture here, they last only a few seconds. So if you start to think,
So
okay,
there's
it's over.
no time for questions,
No,
for
no,
analyzing.
No,
for,
not when you shoot. Afterwards, yeah, it's
yeah,
very
I know.
different.
Yeah, when you edit and so
But
on. Yeah.
like when the baby died, okay. Yeah, something is
I don't know.
happening.
Maybe
Yeah.
we are good. Yeah.
When the baby died, well, we were not prepared. we were not prepared for that. So the team was very sad. And honestly, sometimes you are very happy to have a camera because honestly, I was hiding behind my camera because I had tears. Even now.
Are you going to
I'm
tell
emotional.
me? Okay,
So
you
if-
are
if-
emotional.
yeah.
Oof.
So no.
Happily
yeah.
enough. Okay. Because I was just,
No,
thinking, I'm so happy when people are sad because I've got a picture.
No, but now just thinking about that, I remember.
So you've got
the state,
feelings.
Yeah, the state of mind. So yes,
Okay.
it's so. In my case, I could hide behind the camera, so it's okay. But yeah, it's very. It's
Because
like
it's
a baby.
hard for the longer time.
Excuse me.
It's hard for longer time, for long term.
What do you mean?
I mean, just to keep your feelings and to shoot difficult things long term doesn't affect you
No.
as a person?
No, not really. No.
Okay.
But it's what I do for the last 50
Okay,
years.
so you are just, yeah.
I'm. But
That's why you are doing
listen,
this, yeah.
I don't shoot wars, you know. I don't know what's happening. I don't.
We are too close to all those things, and we are, yeah.
I don't shoot wars. I don't want to do that because you know it's not what I want to do, and I would be very bad at that. I think so.
Because
But-
at war, you are in danger.
No, it's not. No, I don't know.
And
I
here
don't
you are
think-
not in danger.
No, maybe, yeah. But I shot a few like really difficult stories, like in '86 for the football fans. You remember maybe the drama at the Hazel, you know, where fans were pushed by hooligans. So we had in Brussels, we had like 39 dead people. And so I was in the middle of the chaos. And,
Yeah, but you didn't-
But I feel no, it's no pleasure to be
But
there.
it wasn't your choice. You were just
No.
surprised by the situation.
Yes.
It was before you didn't know that you would be in the situation. And going to war, you know that you would be in danger.
Yes, but-
and we've got some people here sitting there, for example, who went to war. So maybe but later on, I'm speaking about you, who knows something about going to war. And so you decide that you are going there.
Yeah.
So maybe
but,
it's...
But after having experienced that kind of situation, like 39 people died in front of me, literally, it was clear for me that it was not the type of photography that I wanted to do. So
Okay.
let's put it that way.
Okay, there was a question, I think. Okay. To tak już króciutko, bo przekraczamy już czas.
Jestem głęboko poruszona tymi cyklami fotograficznymi. Jestem głęboko poruszona tymi cyklami fotograficznymi, zarówno o ratowaniu orangutanów, jak i ten cykl o plastiku. Ja mam pytanie odnośnie My Thai Kids, tej serii. Czy zarówno ta seria o dzieciach, jak i ta tutaj przedstawiona organa, czy ona tylko żyje w momencie, czy temat ten jest żywy w momencie publikacji, czy są jakoś później konsekwencje, jakieś takie pozytywne, czy jakiś pozytywny oddźwięk jest?
Która seria jeszcze raz? Która seria jeszcze raz?
Muay Thai? Muay Thai? Muay Thai? Yeah, okay. Well, the idea, I'm not an activist photographer because, you know, some photographers, they present themselves more as activists. It's not my case. But anyway, when I shot those images, I hope that it will change something. So you don't know, it's hard to measure. I mean, there is no measure to see if your images changed anything. But you know, those images, Muay Thai kids and kid jockeys, have been seen. I mean, I won contest. I had a big exhibition in the Western world. And so, yes, I hope that something has changed a little bit, but, you know, there is no measure for that. So I don't know, honestly, I don't know. But like now, I'm working on a story. I cannot give you too much details, but in Indonesia on health issues. The pictures are terrible. I mean, in the sense, it's shocking, okay? So in a way, I hope they will be shown like in a few months because I'm working on that. After this, I'm going back to Indonesia to finish. I hope that Indonesia will ban me for entering the country after that, because that would mean that okay, yes, this guy came in our country, showed what's happening. It's not really nice. And so maybe we have to change something, you see? So if something like that would happen, that would be a measure of the impact of what I'm doing. But with the kids, I don't know. Again, I don't want to lie. I don't know if it has a great or small impact.
And the last question.
Mnie bardzo poruszają Twoje fotografie. Jestem bardzo ciekawa, w tym projekcie Bogactwo plastiku przedstawiłeś człowieka z szacunkiem i z godnością wśród tych śmieci. I chciałabym zapytać, co ukształtowało Twoje spojrzenie na człowieka, że Ty widzisz człowieka w tej stercie śmieci i z taką właśnie godnością.
Yes, thank you. I have to think. But you see, how can I say? Yeah, after years of having worked in this field, I have a lot of empathy for people, you know. So I would ask permission to take picture. I would smile. You know, it's one thing I learned from the Asian countries is that the body language and your attitude is very important. So I would be, I don't think to be respectful in that way. I just a nice guy. So I would say, hello, how are you? You know, not, like this with the camera. And so, and if you come back, I do that all the time, always with my camera. So I don't want to come without the camera and then suddenly when they feel at ease, take the camera. It's not what I want to do. I want to know that I'm a photographer and that I'm documenting what's happening, good or bad. And so, yes, in fact, they're always happy to see me. Even, the story I just talked about now, a very difficult condition. The people, they invite me. Like when I shot flooding in Indonesia, so people are in the water to their knees, in the living rooms. So you think, in Europe, I'm not sure that they would invite you and welcome you. Maybe, I don't know. But there, they are welcoming you, and then we talk with them. I don't say they become friends, but it's like a respect, natural, not fake, just natural. It's a person, and they smile all the time, so you want to smile as well. And so I think that at the end, you see that a little bit in the pictures. Even if I don't, I don't really, how can I say, concentrate on close-ups, I always want to show the people in the environment so you understand what's happening. So I don't know if it's a good answer to your question, but I think it's the attitude towards the people. But it's not natural for me. I was not like that when I was young, honestly. I was not so nice. But, with the age and with the fact that I met nice people, so you get a little bit better. So they teach you great lessons anyway. That's on a personal level in life.
Dziękujemy. Thank you, Alan, very much. Thank you. Malutka chwilka i zaraz kolejny nasz gość, Sara Sobol. I dziękujemy za tłumaczenia panu.